Hello folks, welcome to Lease Deals of the Week, coming to you from leasing.com. This one is proudly sponsored by ALA Insurance. Links to both leasing.com and ALA are in the video description. Starting off with fully electric stuff, then we're looking at some plug-in hybrids, then we've got petrol and diesel, and then finally we've got a few commercials for you. So let's get started. And we're starting at the cheap end. We've got the Dacia Spring. It's the Extreme 65. This is the one that I think most people could probably live with. The lower powered one is a bit of a compromise, I think. 140 miles of range, 13.7 seconds to 62, 308 litres of boot space. That's a dirt cheap, fairly basic little electric car. 700 quid up front and £155 a month. That's on a 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. It's unlikely you're going to do 10,000 miles a year in that car because it is, a wee bit compromised, shall we say. So if we looked at 5,000 miles a year, you're then looking at a little bit under £700 up front and then 141 quid a month, which I think is a bit of a steal, especially as a second car. A lot of people wouldn't be able to get away with one of these as the only car in a household, but as a second car, something to just do commutes into work and back. It's going to be a doddle to park. It's going to cost you absolutely nothing to run if you can charge from home, of course, and it's incredibly affordable. Renault 5, this is the Evolution Urban Range. I don't think this is a mind-blowing price at the moment, but I think it's a very popular car, and I just wanted to show you where it is price-wise at the moment. About £1,000 up front and $254 a month will get you a factory order on one of these. So that means factory order, you'll be able to change colours and if you want options and things like that. Obviously, some of those might make the lease price go up, but the option's there for you. That's a 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. 192 miles of range in this one, 277 litres of boot space, 9-second 0 to 62 time. There is one with a bigger battery as well. Obviously, that will cost you a few more quid. We've got the VW ID3 Match Pure, £271 a month with about 1,100 up front. It's not as sexy as that Renault 5, but it's a lot more practical. You've got 385 litres of boot space, 240 miles of range, 8.2 second 0 to 62 time. They've been a really good value proposition for a little while now, and that continues. And the current ID3 is far better than the original incarnation, which did feel like it was rushed out the door a little bit. Peugeot E2008 Estate. This one's the GT Automatic, 247 miles of range, 9.1 second 0 to 62 time. 434 litres of boot space, 283 quid a month on that one, with around about 1,150 up front. That's a £37,500 car, which is bonkers. It baffles the mind, but it is a £37,500 car. You can get that for £283 a month. Check this one out. I think this is the best part of £37,000. Leapmotor C10, of course. It's the 70 kilowatt hour battery pack, 261 miles of range, 7.5 second 0 to 62 time, 370 litres of boot space. There were those ridiculously cheap prices on these about a month, 6 weeks ago. The normality has sort of returned, but it still looks decent value, really. £294 a month with about 1,100 up front. Folks, just a very quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks. Skoda Enyaq SEL, 269 miles of range, 8.1 second 0 to 62, and 585 litres of boot space. Brilliant family wagon, giving you tons of space and practicality. Nice thing to drive. And I like the fit and finish on the Skodas. £309 a month with about £1,250 up front. Insurance group on that's 27, so £39,000 car. You can get that for 300 quid a month. That's on a 3-year lease, 10,000 miles a year. As is this one. This is the Toyota BZ4X. It's the pure 71 kilowatt hour. 318 miles of range, 7.5 seconds to 62, 452 litres of boot space. It's had a little bit of a facelift and a bit of an all-round tickle and an upgrade since the first incarnation, which was a little bit of a damp squib. This one's far more impressive, 357 quid a month. It is insurance group 35, so as with all these cars, always get a quote for your insurance before you sign up to a lease, just to make sure it's not going to be anything daft, but it should be manageable for most of you, I would imagine, on an insurance group 35. $357 a month for the BZ4X. I've talked about these a lot in the past, so I'm going to scoot on with this, but about 1,500 up front, 391 a month gets you the Ioniq 6 saloon, 339 miles of range, 7.4 second 0 to 62 time, 20-inch alloy wheels, £50,500 if you were to buy one of these. Insurance group 37, beautiful, lovely thing, 391 a month with about 1,600 up front. Now we've got a 7-seater for you. It's the Peugeot E5008, 73 kilowatt hours in Allure trim, 310 miles of range, 9.7 second 0 to 62, and 348 litres of boot space with all the seats up. This is a 2-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. You're looking at about 1,600 up front and 392 a month. Insurance group 43, and you're not getting much change out of 49 grand if you were to buy one of those. Not a bad shout, and a rare, electric 7-seater, really. The controversial Ford Capri. This is the Select 77 kilowatt hour, 389 miles of range, so not much for compromise there. 572 litres of boot space, 0 to 62 in 6.4 seconds. This is a 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. 1,185 up front, no admin fee on this one, and £395 a month. This deal's coming from Auto Trader, look by the looks of it. £48,000 the car is. Insurance group 29. I'll tell you what, I hate the fact this has got a Capri badge on it because it should have been on a sports coupe, but it has, and the numbers on that car look very impressive. And I don't think the pricing's too bad at all. That looks like really good value. The BYD Seal, which is a brilliant thing. It's the Excellence all-wheel drive 83 kilowatt hour. 323 miles of range, 400 litres of boot space, 3.8 second 0 to 62 time. Obviously, it's BYD's direct Tesla Model 3 rival. If you don't like having your speedo up here, it is in front of you on the BYD. And you can spin that screen around, which is in every video anyone's ever made on a BYD product, I think. About 1,500 quid up front and It's about 1,500 quid up front and $415 a month. Group 50 on the insurance, though. So bear that in mind. Definitely get an insurance quote on it first. And 48.5 grand if you were to buy that car. 530 brake horsepower, by the way. Not too shabby. Cupra Tarascan Estate, 77 kilowatt hour again. So basically that same platform that you get in the VW ID4, ID5, the Ford Explorer, the Ford Capri. This one's got 353 miles of range, 6.8 second 0 to 62, and 540 litres of boot space. It's also got the winter pack, which I'm assuming includes a heat pump. Group 34 on the insurance, £48,500 if you were to buy it, 1,300 quid up front, and £431 a month. It has been a tiny bit cheaper than this in the last couple of weeks, but if you go back 2-3 months, it was crazy, crazy money. By the way, I'm going to talk about the price history thing at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Don't miss out, because I've got an update for you. I have been reading your comments, and there's some news for you. 385 miles of range, 7.1 second 0 to 62 time, 526 litres of boot space. We're looking at about 1,850 up front and 499 a month. If you put about an extra 30 quid a month to that, you can get yourself the spicy dual motor one, which will do 0 to 62 in sort of 3.8. It's a tiny bit lower range. I think it's about 360 miles with the range, but I just want to let you know that that exists. Please, by the way, use my link to leasing.com for any of these deals because they know I sent you. And that's very, very important. Hyundai Ioniq 5N, we've seen this one a few times lately. 1,846 up front and $615 a month. It's still an absolute bargain, I think. This is a car that comfortably sits at 800 plus a month most of the time, and it's completely unique. Nothing else at the moment can give you the performance that this thing can give you and the experience that this thing can give you with its optional sort of pseudo gears, and it's unreal, unbelievable. 3.4 seconds 0 to 62, 480 litres of boot space, 278 miles of range, and just joy every time you drive it. 1,846 up front and $615 a month. By the way, if you were to buy one of those, £65,000 that would cost you. Onto the plug-in hybrids. I've just picked out 4 of these this week. 1,300 up front, 338 a month gets you a DS4. This is the E-Tense Performance Line nav with the automatic gearbox. I did a review on one of these not too long ago. I think it might have had a very mild facelift since I did that review. But go and check it out. It's a more premium car than you might expect. Citroen DS is basically Citroen's Lexus, I suppose. Might be a bad comparison to make, but it's got its quirks. It's got its like little bit of French flair, and I had a lot of time for it actually during my time with one. 1,300 up front, 338 a month gets you in that. That's a £41,000 car. The Cupra Full Mentor, it's the 1.5 e-hybrid 204 V2 DSG automatic. Plug-in hybrid, of course, 345 litres of boot space, 7.9 second 0 to 62 time, and an all-electric range of 73 miles, which is incredibly impressive. Group 26 on the car insurance, not a bad place to be. 1,400 quid up front, 352 a month. Lovely thing as well, like great thing to sit in, nice cabin, great car to drive. Got a lot of time for that one. Mazda CX-60. Big plug-in hybrid SUV with a bit of road presence, £404 a month and about 1,500 up front, 5.8 second 0 to 62 time, 570 litres of boot space. Insurance group 38, 39 miles of all-electric range in that one, which is not as impressive as the little Full Mentor, but obviously it's a lot bigger, a lot heavier. Next, we've got the Audi A5 Saloons, the 299 e-Quattro Sport S-Tronic. 331 litres of boot space. If that's not enough for you, you can get the Avant, the estate version of this car, for about 30 quid a month more, something like that, 20 quid a month more, somewhere in that region. And that's going to give you a hell of a lot more practicality. 5.9 second 0 to 62 time, £51,000 if you were to buy this car, 66 miles of all electric range. 299 brake horsepower and insurance group 39. Guys, if you're looking at any of these cars and looking at leasing anything, definitely consider getting yourself some gap insurance. What is contract hire plus gap insurance? Contract hire, by the way, is car leasing as we know it. Contract hire gap insurance will, in the event of a total loss claim, accident, theft, fire or flood damage, cover up to 100% of the outstanding rental payments for the vehicle and cover any shortfall in the market value settlement provided by the insurer. I just wanted to read that out because two people have asked me recently if this is all you need and you don't need car insurance. Yes, you need car insurance. So in the event that your car insurance payout's not enough to clear your outstanding payments and maybe make up a shortfall in the value of the car, gap insurance steps in and fills that gap for you. You're looking at anything from about 50 quid a year to get gap insurance on a lease. And to me, that makes it a complete no-brainer. I'm not going to go through a quote again in this one because I've done it in a lot of videos, but you'll regularly see, 150 quid, £200 for 3 years cover. ALA have got a 5-star de facto rated product. It's got a 99% claims payout rate. And I don't think you can go too far wrong. If you want to save yourself 10% on any products from ALA, they do the gap insurance, they do key cover, they do alloy wheel and tyre, scratch and dent cover, anything like that. Jim 10 will save you 10% off site-wide, and you just put that in on the quote page, really. Massive thanks to ALA for being such a fantastic sponsor. They're great people to deal with. You can go to ala.co.uk or you can just give them a ring and Jim 10 still works over the phone. Onto the petrols and diesels. We've got the little Nissan Duke, 239 quid a month with 718 up front. That seems like a good value offering at the moment. It is the 1 litre manual, which probably is the one to go for. I'm not a massive fan of the hybrid in the Duke, and I think the little 1 litre petrol is probably the best of the bunch. 48 mpg, 422 litres of boot space, 10.7 second 0 to 62 time. Then we've got the Peugeot 208. This is the 1.2 PureTech 100 GT Premium. Again, petrol manual, 54 mpg on this one, 387 litres of boot space, which is a really good size for that size of car. You'd usually expect that to be about 100 litres less than that. But you're looking at a boot there that's comparable with things like an Audi A3. 10.1 second 0 to 62 time, 101 brake horsepower, and have a guess how much that car would cost you to buy. I'll put you out of your misery. 28 grand. Bonkers, isn't it? £242 a month with a grand up front. The Renault Symbioz Estate 1.3 TCE 140 Techno can be yours for a grand up front and £247 a month on a 2-year 10,000 mile a year lease. Petrol 48 mpg manual, 11.2 second 0 to 62 time, and 434 litres of boot space in that one. And that's got an insurance group of 16, so it shouldn't cost you the earth to get insured. Right, I've got a couple of cash guys for you. The first one is the petrol manual, £271 a month on that with 1,100 up front. That looks like good value. It's the Accented Premium. But if you wanted to go up for something a bit higher spec, why not go, I don't know if this is the whole hog. If not, it's close to it. This one's the N Connector Automatic, 45 mpg, 9.2 second 0 to 62 time, and 479 litres of boot space. 35.5 grand this car is if you were to buy it. 158 brake horsepower, 45 mpg, Group 22 on the car insurance. £306 a month and about $1,150 as your upfront payment. We've got the Peugeot 2008. We've also got the 3008 and the 5008 coming up against that 1.2 PureTech, but this one's the 130 horsepower version, GT Premium with the automatic gearbox, 885 up front and 295 a month on a 3-year lease, 10,000 miles a year. Petrol 48 mpg, 9.2 second 0 to 62 and 434 litres of boot space. That, folks, is a £35,000 car. Insurance Group 21. Yours for $295 a month on a 3-year lease on 10,000 miles a year. The Toyota CHR is next. I love this car when I had one in for review. This is a hybrid but not a plug-in. 60 mpg, 10.2 second 0 to 62 time, 447 litres of boot space. £300 a month with about $1,250 as your upfront payment. Insurance Group 20, 60 mpg, which is completely achievable in these things, and 140 brake horsepower. One word of warning: if you regularly carry 2 tall people in the back of the car, this is not the one for you, because you'll see the car's like slopes down a bit and the floor actually raises up in the back a little bit, I think, and it does mean you're a little bit limited for headroom and stuff. In the front, it's absolutely great, but in the back, it is a wee bit limited. So, yeah, if you've got a couple of giraffes in the back, they're going to have sore heads. That one's the Icon Edition. It's got the CVT automatic. I've done a full review on one of those, and I really, really like the car, so go and check that one out. Peugeot 3008 1.2 145 GT automatic. 51 mpg, 10.2 second 0 to 62 time, 588 litres of boot space. A lot of people will be saying, why are you putting these 1.2 PureTech engines in here? They've got wet belts, blah, blah, blah. They've got timing chain now for the main timing chain. The oil pump is still a wet belt, however. Don't forget, you're leasing this, you're not buying it, so don't worry about it. Well, you've got the car, it's under full manufacturer's warranty. It should be relatively trouble-free, I would hope. About £1,300 up front, and then $323 a month gets you in one of those. That's a £40,000 car. Insurance Group 23 on that one. The VW T-Roc hatchback, the 2-litre diesel 150 Evo R-Line DSG, so nice spec, nice trim level. 53 mpg, 8.8 second 0 to 62 time, 445 litres of boot space. £40,000 car, all bar the shouting. Insurance Group 26, 1,200 up front and $340 a month. If you haven't heard already, stay to the end if you want to hear about the price history tracking. Something that's come up in the comments quite a few times recently, and I'm going to address it at the end of this video. Cupra Terramar hatchback 1.5 ETSI 150 V2 automatic. Petrol automatic, 47 mpg, 540 litres of boot space and 9.3 second 0 to 62 time. That's a £41,000 car. Insurance Group 22, 150 brake horsepower. £1,400 up front and $344 a month. The Cupra Ateca Estate is next. A little bit of a sleeper, this one's the 2-litre petrol, 190 horsepower. V2, which is a great trim on Cupra, DSG automatic, and it's got 4 drives, so you've got all-wheel drive there. 36 mpg, 7.2 second 0 to 62 time, 485 litres of boot space. £41,500 car, Insurance Group 24, and that's yours on a 3-year, 10,000 mile a year lease for 358 of our English pounds. And then finally, we've got the big Peugeot, the 5008 1.2 hybrid, 136 Allure. This is the 7-seat, 348 litres of boot space with all those seats up, 11.3 second 0 to 62 and 45 mpg, £362 a month with about £1,450 up front on that one. As a reminder, just in case you didn't watch that part of the video, you can also get the electric one for £392 a month. So maybe some food for thought there. Right, just a few commercials to finish us off. And this is a new one. This is the Kia PV5 Cargo. This is the new electric van from Kia, which has got a really good load height. It's got a low floor. This thing could be very, very good. Electric vans have been a little bit by the wayside up until now, and I think this could be a good one. I think you've got this and the VW ID Cargo. And aside from that, a lot of the electric vans are a little bit, so I've got high hopes for this one. 258 miles of range, 12.5 second 0 to 62 time, £244 a month with a grand up front. This is all plus VAT, obviously, because it's a business lease. £37,000 vehicle, this is. 160 horsepower. The height of it's 1.9 metres. I'm not sure of the low height. I think you can get a full sheet in that, but I'm not 100% sure. You'd have to look into that. 250 newton meters of torque. That should be something that serves you handsomely. You can get a cheaper one as well with a lower range. You've saved about 30 quid. I think it's about 190 mile range on the one with the smaller battery. You'll save about 30, 40 quid a month on the lease. Ford Transit Custom Diesel 2-litre Eco Blue H1, £332 a month with 1,300 up front, 40 mpg, 14.5 second 0 to 62 time. It's a Transit. We know all about it. That's a 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. And then the best of the pickups, I think, this week is the Ford Ranger Diesel. It's the Wild Track 2-litre Eco Blue 205 automatic, 32 mpg on that one. I haven't got any other stats for it really. But it's got low capacities over a ton. It can tow like 3.5 ton. Very capable thing. Again, I think this one's got a wet belt, but you're not going to need to bother about it too much because you're only leasing it for 3 years. 1,600 quid up front and 433 a month on that one. Thanks for watching the video, folks. Please don't forget to subscribe. Go and check out my sponsors, ALA Insurance. And again, if you're interested in any of these deals or you just want to have a poke around on the site, please use my link to leasing.com. It's on your screen as a QR code, which you can scan with your phone. If you're watching the telly, scan that with your camera, and it will take you there and use my link. Or there's a link in the video description and pinned as the top comment. Now, let me address the price tracking thing. Yes, it hasn't gone unnoticed that we don't have any kind of price history tracking on leasing.com, and that's something I'd like to bring back to the videos. But I want to bring it back to the videos in a very accurate and transparent way. I'm not going to say more than that, really. But when the site says this is the lowest price during this period of time or the highest price during this period of time, I want that to be precise. All right. And I want to have full confidence that that's precise and accurate. So something is coming. I think we're probably going to get it towards the tail end of this year. But it won't be launched unless it's right and unless it's something that we all believe in. So I would just ask for your patience on that one. But believe me, when it comes along, it will be worth the wait. There's also another quite exciting feature coming to leasing.com quite soon. They've also just launched motorcycle leasing. So if you're into your bikes, go and check that out. I might do a video at some point, but I know so little about bikes. I probably need to do a bit of research first. But yeah, just watch this space on the price tracking thing, little bit of patience, and it will definitely be worth it. And we'll end up with something that I've got absolute confidence in, and confidence that may have been waning elsewhere. Thanks ever so much for watching, folks. I'll see you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.